back from Australia tour, got into a plane in Australia. A fellow walked into the pilot, stuck a bloody big shotgun in his ear and said, "Take me to London." The pilot says, "I'm going to London." He says, "I know, but I've been hijacked twice and I'm taking no chances."
Like them kinky ones, don't you? Tic Tac fella died and all the blokes are at the Tic Tac's funeral. Know these Tic Tac fellas who flagged the prices over to one another, you know, on the race courses? There they were, all round the poor fella's grave, and they lower him down. One says to Harry, "What's his chances of getting to heaven?" He says, 6 to 4. The fella said, "No, 2 to 1. He said, "No, 6 to 4. All of a sudden the vicar come along and went, "You should have given him 33 to 1 here."
Irishman says to his mate, he says, "I'm going for a job as a pay clerk." He says, "You're too thick, you'll never get a job as a pay clerk." He says, "There's 14 of us going in for the job. I have as much chance as anybody else." Comes back in the afternoon, he says, How do you go on?" He said, "I got the job." He says, "You got the job as a pay clerk?" He said, "I did that. I answered the question." He said, "What was the question?" He said, "They asked me what 3 sevens was." I said, 89. He said, 3 sevens are 21. He said, "I know that now, but I was the nearest."
Anyway, you're laughing. I like to see coloured people happy. I think you're wonderful, I do. Well, it's true, isn't it? It's true. You've got blonde hair and blue eyes and red cheeks and you say we're coloured, you swine.
And the English are having a lot of trouble over this colour problem. They found a Pakistani head in a suitcase in Birmingham. They say that's how they're smuggling them in. And assembling the parts in Wolverhampton. And the Americans got a scare on their new lunar space probe. They saw a yellow blob on the moon. They thought the Chinese had landed. Then they found out it was one of Wimpy's huts. That's a bloody cracker, isn't it? That's the way I tell it. Could you laugh a wee bit quicker, because I have to wait in. Thank you. And the Pope has made a fortune out of his new book, The Pilgrim Progress. Very good. They've just invented a new pill for Catholics, weighs 3.5 tons. You put it up against the door and your husband can't get in. Maggie Murphy went to the doctor. She said, "I've forgotten to take my contradictive pills." He says, "You're ignorant." She says, "Yeah, 3 months."
Marvellous working tonight, because actually I don't do many shows, you know. I do a lot of auditions, though. I've had a terrible long spell on the dole. I've been knocking on the dole. They sent me a ticket for the staff dance. And they're going to show me working books and all our yesterdays. But this friend of mine, he wrote away, he wanted to start a zoo. So he wrote away to Dudley's Zoo. But he might have been Regent's Park as well. I'll go and get the letter. No, I haven't time. No. Anyway, he wrote away. He said, "Dear sir, I'm starting a zoo. Would you please..." I haven't heard some of these before. I don't know how you're going. He said, "Dear sir, I'm starting a zoo. I've enclosed a cheque. Would you please forward me 2 mongooses?" And they thought, "No, that's wrong." He said, "Dear sir, I'm starting a zoo. I've enclosed a cheque. Would you please forward me 2 mongooses?" He said, "No, that's wrong. Dear sir, I'm starting a zoo. Would you please send me 2 mongai?" He said, "No." I've got it. He said, "Dear sir, I'm starting a zoo. Would you please send me a mongoose? P.S. Send me another one."
Manchester. Are you all from Manchester? No? Oldham?
Yes.
How about the Yorkshire people? No Yorkshire people?
Yes.
Where's your turban then? Oh, wait till we take over. No, it's only a matter of time. We've got the labour exchanges already. Oh, aye. We're going to start with Oldham. We're going to call it Oldham Turban District Council. Ah, yes, we've had it. And the Isle of Wights go in when we take over. Yes, the Isle of Wight's going. No more passing motions on white paper, that's finished. And we're going to make Blackpool the capital. Shut up now, shut up. Shut up now, shut up. Because if you don't shut up, I'll come and live next door to you. I'll bring your rent down. Oh, it's all right laughing, all right laughing. I've got a coloured fella living next door to me. I know what it's like. They're all over the place, aren't they? Saw a Japanese Geordie last week, do you know? I saw a Japanese Geordie. I did, a Japanese Geordie. He kept saying, how you hammer hoe, Henny? They're all over the place. Week before I saw a Pakistani milkman. I opened the door, there's this Pakistani with a turbine on. Co-op all over his turbine. I said, where are you from? He said, Pakistan. I said, you've got a big milk round, haven't you?
Going to Delphont, passing this building site. A fella does 3 double somersaults, a jackknife, backflip, lands on his feet. He said, I'll book you for the London Palladium. Foreman said, you'll have to take Big Paddy with him. He says, why? He said, because he's the one that just hit him on the hands with a sledgehammer. Jaime Goldberg's on the beaches of Bournemouth with his little son, Morris. Morris says, Papa, can I have ice cream? He says, can you have ice cream? My wonderful son who I love and cherish. Here's a pound note, get yourself the biggest ice cream you ever seen in your life. 20 minutes later, comes back, he says, Papa, the man at the chef said they don't serve Jews with ice cream. He says, what? They don't serve Jews with ice cream? Come with me. Goes in the shop, there's a fellow there in a dirty overall. He says, what's this, you? I'll stick it on your chin, you don't serve Jews with ice cream. He said, my gaffer says I don't serve them, I don't serve them. He says, who's your gaffer? He says, through there in the office. Goes in the office, a little Jewish fella there. Yarmulke on, little beard, eyes watering. Making the books out. Says, what's this, you? It's you. You don't serve Jews with ice cream. I'll stick it on your chin. He said, what you shouting about? Have you tasted the ice cream? Fella backs a horse called Yella Yella. Wins £250,000. Has all his house painted yellow, yellow carpets, yellow furnishings, everything yellow. And he got yellow jaundice and he died and they can't find him. Fellow walked in a boot and shoe repair. He said, I've come for my boots. He said, when do you leave them? He says, 1933, Wednesday afternoon, September the 15th. He says, you what? He says, September 1933, the 15th, Wednesday afternoon. He said, this shop's changed hands 15 times since then. He said, well, I'll have to have them. I'm starting work in the morning. He said, have you got the ticket? He said, aye. Gives him a nice clean ticket. He says, oh, it's ridiculous, this, he said. Goes down the cellar, comes back, full of the black as the ace of spades. He said, I've got them. Ready Thursday. Magician working the big liners, doing all his tricks, and a parrot on the side there keeps saying, it's up his sleeve, it's down his jumper, it's up his trousers leg. Queers the act. And the ship's boiler's blue. And him and the parrot's on this plank for 4 days. And the parrot's looking at him like that. After 4 days, the parrot said, OK, I give up. What have you done with the ship? Fellow walks in a hairdresser's, give us a Tony Curtis. Cut all his hair off just like an egg. He says, you Burke. You know who Tony Curtis is? He said, well, I should do. I saw the King and I 14 times.
Thank you very much. Settle down now. I don't want you to make a noise because we've got a headache. Just putting some toilet water on my hair and the seat fell down. It's good, that, isn't it? I made that one up. I said to this fella, "Why's your dog wearing brown boots?" He said, "Its black ones are being mended." You're all laughing, aren't you? We're having a good time, aren't we? I saw this fella pulling a piece of string. I talk to anybody, me. You know. I said, "What are you pulling that for?" He said, "You want to try pushing here?" Do you get it? We'll all have belly aching a bit, won't we? He had a dog on the end. I said, "Where are you checking the dog?" He said, "I'm going to have it put down." I said, "Is it mad?" He said, "Well, it's not very pleased." And this fella came up, he said, "That dog bit my mother-in-law." He said, "Well, don't come to me for damages." He said, "I want to buy it off you." I want to buy it off you. He don't like his mother-in-law. He gets up an hour earlier to wait her a bit longer. She don't like me. She says she's going to dance on my grave, but I don't care because I'm getting buried at sea.
But I went away on a holiday. We're standing at Manchester Piccadilly station waiting to get on the train. And mother-in-law's there, not very bright, electrified system. And she says to the guy, "Will I get a shock if I put my foot on that rail down there?" He said, "No, madam, only if you cock your other leg over that cable up there." So she did, and we all got one. Anyway. So off we go, and the train stops miles from anywhere in Hertfordshire. He said, "What we stopped for?" And the guard said, "We just hit a cow." She said, "Was it on the line?" He said, "No, we went across the field after it." Anyway, so we're on holiday, we're going across to Spain with mother-in-law. You know, we get halfway there, she starts, "I want to go home." I said, "Shut up, keep swimming." And there we are going. She's sitting on the beach in a deck chair in a bikini. You can imagine my wife's mother. God, she's enormous. You know, 79, 53, 84. 84. We don't know what she's got down there yet, but it's a bloody big one. And I think she's inside out. Anyway, the deck chairman comes up. He says, "Senora, you will have to leave the beach. The tide is waiting to come in." So we lifted her, me and the boys, and she was trying to get up, and she leaned over, and they had this eclipse in Gibraltar. No, I'm only kidding. Morocco. Anyway, she was always complaining. My wife came and she said, "Ray, mother's complaining." I said, "What is it this time?" She's always complaining. She said, "These Spanish lads keep pinching her bottom." I said, "But they do that to all the women." She said, "Not with pliers, they don't."
They're a funny lot. And I couldn't come dashing on tonight because I went to a party last night and had too much ale. It was a special occasion. It was my granddad's 103rd birthday party. He wasn't there. He died when he was 29. Thought a lot of him. I always feel sorry for people who don't drink, me. If you know anybody who doesn't drink, feel sorry for them, because when they wake up in the morning, that's the best they're going to feel all day. Those boozers improve as the day goes on. Looking forward to summer, getting away from it all for a while. I was in Morecambe a couple of years ago. 14 weeks in Morecambe. Somebody has to go there. I lost the raffle. They put all the artists' names in a hat and Mr. Delfont pulls them out, and the ones who lose have to go to Morecambe. It's a sort of cemetery with lights, isn't it? Mad gay city. Stockport with C. If they want any excitement in Morecambe, they all go in the grocer's and watch the bacon slicer. Lovely girl she is. Wednesday's the big day. They all turn out and watch the traffic lights change. 10:30 it is if you don't want to miss it. Doesn't last long. What a place. They don't bury the dead, they stand them up in bus shelters. With a bingo ticket in their hand. Credit where it's due, though, they've got a nice open-air swimming pool there. I saw something there I'd never seen before in my life. A girl got out of the swimming pool and gave the attendant a penny. I thought, very honest. You think she'd have left it there? They've got a posh restaurant, the Tropicana or something it's got. It's very expensive. There were 3 fellas in one night, an Englishman, a Scotsman and a Jew, because there always is in jokes, isn't there? The Irishman was ill. They had a 9-course meal and the bill was 42 quid. Scotsman said, I'll pay that. You may have seen the headlines in the paper. It said, Jewish ventriloquist found dead in alley.
Where are you from, look? Look nice, don't you? It's a nice dress. Been watching Family War? Do you know what? No, it's all coming back. I'll be fair, it's all coming back. My wife's got a pair of hot pants. She wanted a pair of wet look boots last week, so I threw a bucket of water over her wellies. She met a friend the other day with the pram. She said, oh, lovely baby. Small, isn't it? She said, well, we've only been married 2 weeks. I couldn't believe it, would you? You wouldn't believe it, would you? Would you? You wouldn't, would you? Do you know, one of the Irish aeroplane services have gone jet. So if you want to go to Dublin, you can go in half the time. True. Took off from Ringway the other day, flying at an altitude of 13,000 feet. Doing about 500 miles an hour, all the engine stopped. And I took a dive to 8. And they're panicking, all the passengers are panicking. The captain come out the cabin, an ex-Wimpy crane driver in his wellies. Don't panic, he said, don't panic, I'm going for help. Tick, you know, they're not, are they? Hey. You get some daft jokes, don't you? Hey, don't you? Well, when I was in the army, you know, we used to have a sergeant, a big Irish fella like my mum. Big fella. Used to have to try and teach us how to stand guard with a rifle, and he stuttered very badly. He said, you stand there with a rifle. A rifle. A gun. If anybody comes up, yes, shout, who goes there? Who goes there? Friend. Oh, foe. if they shout for friend, he said let them pass. But if they shout foe, he said, well, for God's sake, shoot them. But take your time, because it might be me. Saw the funeral the other day. You ever seen so many funerals? Nobody takes their hats off nowadays when the funeral passes, do they? Used to all take the Irish navvies when the poor fella's going past. Coffin with a big pile of golf balls and a golfing bag on top of the coffin. 2 Irish navvies took the caps off there and stood there in the wellies in the mud. They said, God bless, he must have been a keen golfer. He said, it's not him that's dead, it's his wife. He's got a game after the funeral.